What's up, everybody? Steve in the studio here at Podium 1 Racing with Chandler and Nathaniel. And today, we have the long-awaited TRX from Trak Racer. Now, Trak Racer made this in partnership with the Alpine F1 racing team. And today, we're gonna give you guys our first thoughts. Let's get into it. So first, guys, we want to say thanks to Matt and his team over at Trak Racer. We've been waiting this TRX for a long time. I'm sure you guys have. They announced this last year. They let everybody know that they're doing something with Alpine's F1 racing team, and we finally got a chance to get it and put our hands on it, right? First thing I want to say, this is one of the very first ones that they have, right? They're not even sold in the US yet. They are selling them now over in Australia and I think other parts of Europe. They'll be released here soon, but I want to say, just for the sake of this video, the PC tray that we have here, we had to mount this. This is not the PC tray that goes for this TRX, but we have an event that we have going on with the Grand Prix in Nashville here for the IndyCar. So we had to get this on. We're gonna strap all this down, but I wanna make sure everyone aware of that. First thing that's really cool about this system, we obviously got the Alpine blue one, and if you look at the paint, it looks amazing. I mean, the color is so good. Just the way that the whole thing looks compared to some of the other ones, it's just a really clean, looks like a quality piece of gear that you're gonna enjoy, right? So, like all of the other tube chassis that are out there from Trak Racer, the RS6, the TR8 Pro, everything comes pre-installed, meaning all the hardware, the nuts and bolts and everything, they're already gonna be pre-installed into the tube chassis. So once you get it in the handful of boxes that it comes in, you simply unscrew the different hardware that's on it, you slide it all together and put it together. So what's cool, as opposed to an extruded aluminum like you see some of them running in the backgrounds, these things can take 10, 12 hours to build. This thing only takes an hour and a half to get it all put together, which is really cool. Now, one of its main things, if you've seen any of the marketing for this system, is how quickly you can convert this from an F1 style to a GT style and vice versa. Obviously with F1, how big it's getting now, especially here in the US, with Netflix, Drive to Survive and everything that's going on, in racing in general, a lot of our customers have been asking, do you have something that's an F1 seating position? So with this system, you kind of get the best of all worlds, not just GT and F1, excuse me, but everything in between, and I'll kind of show you that. But you can quickly just unscrew these knobs, turn a T-handle, slide up the chair, and it's done. No longer do you have to go out and get an Allen wrench and start tooling and doing all this stuff for an hour, messing around with all these different pieces to kind of get it to convert. I have a different rig, I'm not going to name the brand, but I had that one when I first started, and when I tried to convert it, I only converted it once. I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. It just took too much time. This thing is so easy to do. Same thing with the pedals, right? So we just mentioned the seat. The pedals, the same thing. There's a lot of different variants as to what you can do. You just have to unscrew the bolts that are here, the little knobs, and then slide it up and down to what you like. Also, what's really awesome is you're gonna see that it came with a pedal slider kit as well. So not only do you have the seat slider, which everybody's used to, it has the pedal slider, which allows the pedals to go forward and backward, right? Because this is an F1 to GT style, your pedals are gonna be in different positions. So rather than having to use tools to move all this around, they gave you these sliders so you can quickly adjust. Now, what's really cool about that, the other day we had somebody in here, he's a football player, he's 6'8", and 280 pounds, something along those lines. I'm 6'2", I could get into the same rig, and then we had somebody else in here that I think was like 5'8", and he got into the same thing. And we're real quick to be able to adjust it to fit all the different body styles. The other cool thing about this system is the chair itself. So it's a very unique chair compared to all the other ones that Trak Racer has. There's a lot of removable cushions, which will get you guys some B-roll so you can see it, and some close-ups. But the positioning of the chair itself, it feels so comfortable. I mean, there's all these other chairs that we get, and there's always something about it, but this one, you get into it and it just feels really comfortable. The positioning feels really natural to where you can sit in this for hours. I mean, it really is a good chair for what it is that comes with this system. Now, one other thing that you'll, at least once you get this, or if you touch it yourself, one thing that you'll immediately notice is how heavy the system is. So the RS6, I can pick up with one arm. The TR8, I can easily pick up with two arms. I might be able to do it with one arm. This system is significantly heavier than both of those, which is really gonna help with the stronger direct drives and for bigger people and stuff, just to really feel planted and solid. What you're gonna see is we actually went ahead and we're able to integrate relatively easily a 5.1 speaker system onto the system. We have a Semi-Cube Sport on this system as well with a Cube Control CSX3 wheel. So the wheel deck itself A little tricky to assemble, but once you get it all together, relatively easy to maneuver from there. So again, like the knobs on the chair and on the pedal plate, there's a few knobs that you can turn on the wheel deck so you can push the wheel further away or bring it closer to you. You can also adjust the angle of the wheel as well as the height, and we can kind of show you guys that as well. So all in all, we think this system is super cool. Again, take a look at some of the B-roll that we have. You're going to get some close-ups. Any questions that you guys have of this, let us know. You won't be able to get this in the US yet. It's coming soon. We will be one of the exclusive providers here in the US where we'll be turnkeying these, so meaning that we will be putting these in bundles and shipping them out. You can find out more at podium1racing.com. Hit us up on Instagram, YouTube, whatever it needs to be. Just let us know and we're here to help. Thank you so much. We'll see you out in track.